own a G-Shock, you're not like everyone else. You think differently, act differently, and live by a different set of rules. Today we are going to look at the 7 unshakable traits of a true G-Shock wearer. Do you have them? Let's find out. You already know that the G-Shock isn't just a watch. It's survival on your wrist. G-Shocks have been dropped from 10,000 feet, run over by trucks, set on fire, buried for years, and they still worked. But here's the real question. Who wears a watch like G-Shock? Do you have it in you to be a real G-Shocker? Here's the first trait. Being tough and resilient. If you wear a G-Shock, you don't just survive, you endure. You take the hits, the falls, the failures, and you keep going just like your watch. You refuse to break. Life throws obstacles in your way, but you push through. No excuses, no quitting, just resilience. G-Shocks aren't fragile, neither are you. The original G-Shock took 200 brutal prototypes before Casio was satisfied. And guess what? Some of those first models are still ticking today. Trait number 2, you are unquestionably dependable. Let's get real. G-Shock wearers don't buy watches for status. They buy them because they work. While some people baby their expensive watches, you're out there actually living. A G-Shock isn't an ornament, it's a full-fledged tool. You don't care about brand names, you care about reliability. When it's time to get your hands dirty, you don't take off your watch, you trust it to keep up. The DW5600 is NASA approved for space missions because astronauts don't need luxury, they need dependability. Third trait, you are always prepared. G-Shock wearers don't just show up, they come ready. They are the kind of people who always have a plan, always have the right tools and never get caught off guard. You probably carry a multi-tool, a flashlight or some kind of everyday carry gear because you know that when things go south, you'd rather be the person with the solution than the one looking for help. The Rangeman GW-9400 has a barometer, altimeter and solar power, basically a survival kit on your wrist. This watch was made for people who think ahead. Trait number 4, you're in for the long haul. G-Shock wearers aren't about short-term thinking. They don't buy cheap, disposable things. They invest in gear that lasts. The G-Shock on your wrist, it's built to last decades. You don't waste money chasing trends. You buy once and you buy right. Because quality beats hype every single time. There are 30+ year old G-Shocks still running today. Good luck saying that about a smartwatch. Trait number 5. You're an independent thinker. G-Shock wearers don't follow the crowd. They don't buy things to impress people. They buy things because they work. You're not into hype, trends or what's hot right now. You do your own research. You trust experience over advertising. You don't need validation. You make your own choices. The GA2100, the Casio, became a legend not because of marketing, but because people recognized its greatness. Trait number 6. You're adventurous and curious. G-Shock wearers aren't just existing. They're exploring. They push limits. They seek out the unknown. Whether it's urban exploring, hiking through the wild, or just finding new challenges, G-Shock wearers aren't afraid of any adventure. The Frogman series is certified for professional diving, one of the toughest underwater watches ever built. This isn't a watch for sitting at a desk, it's made for sheer action. Trait number 7, you prefer performance over hype. G-Shock wearers don't fall for marketing gimmicks, they trust what actually works. They don't care about fancy brand names or overpriced luxury, they care about real-world performance. A fragile watch might look good in a glass case, but a G-Shock can survive a war zone. That's why it's the choice of soldiers, firefighters, first responders, and people who actually need reliability. Casio once ran over a G-Shock with a 24-ton truck, and it worked perfectly after it. So, are you a true G-Shock wearer? How many of these traits describe you? Drop your score in the comments, 1 through 7. And if you own a G-Shock, tell me what's the toughest thing your watch has survived. Like this video if you love G-Shock, and if you want more deep dives into legendary gear, subscribe now.